Hey, it's Tristan from www.primaledgehealth.com, and the title of this video is going to be something like, you can't out-exercise a poor diet. And also something I'd like to hit on is, you can't out-exercise and you can't out-diet a bad lifestyle in a poor environment. So, here's where I'll start. If you've got a lot of weight to lose, if you've got a long way to go, if you've got over 50 pounds to lose, do not expect to be able to just exercise that off without making dietary and lifestyle changes. Now, this is a really, really simple concept. And a lot of people will understand this at the beginning. But then, when we start to make certain decisions, we start to slip up a little bit. We mess up here and there, we get a little bit lazy with the diet, start having kind of an off day every once in a while, go out to dinner, piece of cake here and there. And then there can be like a slippery slope that will happen. And we'll start to justify it in our minds. Well, I've eaten pretty good this week. I've been eating my, keto foods or whatever it is, whatever type of diet you're doing. You're doing a low-fat diet, which I don't really recommend. But yeah, so I've been eating keto all week, so I can go a couple days, go to this party, have some nice cake, eat a bunch of bread and stuff, and I'll be fine. If you've got a lot of weight to lose, it can be a very, very slippery slope. For a lot of us who've got issues around eating, a lot of people have serious addictive tendencies and habits that are so ingrained in the mind. It's like a record, and that needle's been going around that same groove for a long time. For a long, long time. And it's built in there. It's like a trail that you've trodden over and over again. And it's well worn. It's worn into the ground. It's much easier to stay on that trail and to jump right back on that trail than blaze a new trail through the forest, through the woods. So a lot of times we'll get on better habits, and this can apply to anything in life, not just diet, lifestyle. A lot of times we'll start building better habits, and then we'll gradually slip back into the old ways, and we'll justify it, and people will think, well, I did good for 75% of this week. This is fine. It's not going to make a difference. Then months go by, and you don't get any progress. The body fat has not come off, or you've even gained more body fat, but you might tell yourself, well, if I just exercise, then I'll lose the weight. You cannot out-exercise poor diet. This has been shown over and over and over again. Just exercising, for most people, is not really going to make a difference long term. You got to make long-term lifestyle changes. So if you're not able to adhere to the diet longer term, if you're not able to cut out certain foods, do not binge, do not overeat. If you're not able to do this, then how are you going to expect to be able to adhere to a more rigorous exercise routine? Now, when you do exercise, it increases your metabolism. Now, that's a great thing, right? Well, it also increases your hunger. So if your leptin signaling is off, your circadian rhythms are off, and you're trying to out-exercise this poor lifestyle and the bad diet that you're eating, this is not going to end up good. Your hunger is going to go up. You're going to end up eating more and not even noticing it. Because you've been lazy with the diet, you're being a little laissez-faire on the food aspect of it, because you think it's okay because you're exercising. But if you're not looking at what you're eating, you're not looking at the amounts of food you're intaking, if you're overeating still, you can gain weight, and you will most definitely not make beneficial progress towards dropping body fat and getting your body composition to where you want it to be. So, I'm not saying you have to be super, 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 super strict with your diet all the time. But don't expect to be completely laissez-faire with the diet and just exercise. If you're going to do that, do not expect good long-term results or good long-term adherence. It's got to be a whole lifestyle approach. Now, if you're exercising and getting your diet in line, but your circadian rhythms are completely out of whack, if your light cycles are totally off, if you're in an environment that's continuously signaling your body to be in this chronically elevated stress state, where your stress hormones are elevated, where your inflammation's elevated, if you're constantly under artificial light, if you're not getting out in the sunlight, not getting fresh air, not doing the things that actually, if you're not making beneficial changes and taking this as like a holistic lifestyle approach, if you're not getting full spectrum sunlight, if you're not doing the internal work to correct the habits and the patterns that keep you in those habits, the thought triggers, the thought loops that keep you in there, if you're not doing any of this work, if you're not connecting to your environment in a good, beneficial way, if you're not engaging in the relationships around you with the people around you in a positive way, if you're not building towards something that's going to benefit your life and the life of others around you, Daisy, calm down. If you're not taking this as a whole lifestyle approach, if you're not correcting every level of yourself, if you're not looking at this as a long-term plan to change other aspects other than just the food and the diet, then you're not going to really get to the root of the issue anyways, and you'll probably end up slipping back. So you got to take this as a whole lifestyle approach. You want to make changes in your body, you got to make changes in your mind, you got to make changes in your heart, your intention. So your intention to lose that weight, to make those body composition changes, has to be stronger than your intention to self-delude, to delude yourself into the old habits and try and patch those up with little band-aids. You're sitting on the computer all day. If you're playing Xbox all day, zapping yourself with artificial light in front of that screen, sitting next to the Wi-Fi router, this is not going to be very beneficial to you long term. You're harming your health in certain ways. You're not going to be able to go outside and exercise and expect positive results. You're zapping yourself hardcore in one way. Do not expect good results by putting a bandage on it with something else. If you're going out, getting wasted all the time, trashing your body, trashing your liver, destroying brain cells, you're doing this constantly, and you think that just going into the gym the next day, under the artificial light, working out on the treadmill, doing some elliptical for 20 minutes is going to correct that and make you healthy, you're wrong. I mean, if you think that that's going to help, you're wrong. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a huge open wound and expecting it to just stop it and heal. It's like putting a bandage on a wound that you need sutures on. So we can't look for these temporary fixes. We can't look for, patching up a hole in one place or poking a hole in another spot. We got to look at this as a whole lifestyle approach. Patch up all those holes. Patch up all those leaks. You can't out-exercise a bad diet. You can make awesome body composition changes with diet alone and very little changes in exercise. Now, yes, working out, increasing your lean muscle mass, doing physical things, moving your body is important, but it's not going to override other negative habits, other poor habits, poor lifestyle choices. So you can't out-exercise a bad diet. You can't out-diet and out-exercise bad lifestyle habits. So get to the root of it. Change your lifestyle. Get out. Go hike. Go swim in natural bodies of water. Do the internal work. Observe the processes that are going on psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually that are keeping you in that loop, that are giving you excuses to continue these habits that got you into that hole, into that pit in the first place. You can find more at www.primaledgehealth.com. Can't out-exercise a bad diet. Can't out-diet and out-exercise bad lifestyle habits. So I'll see you next time at www.primaledgehealth.com. If you want more videos, articles, recipes, podcasts, if you want coaching, go to the coaching section and hit us up through the contact form on the coaching section. I'll see you guys next time.